Hey guys, it's Dreet here. Welcome back to another video, and here we have the Shadow Milk team. Obviously, you've seen the title and the thumbnail, so there before you know, Shadow Milk has extended his meta streak to over a year now, which is giving Financier Cookie a run for her money. So let's actually get right into the builds of this team, and as you can see, I do have the whistle, the tube, and the watch. As you can see, you can also switch out the whistle with the chest. These both work pretty well. I've seen success with both combos. But you can also switch it up a little bit if you're losing to a certain person and you need to swap it out. Personally, I have more success with the whistle. The chest is also pretty successful. That's what I started out with when I was testing this comp with my friend fakevxmp. So extra shout out to fakevxmp for helping me out test this comp. And you're going to see why also with the Millennial tree build that I'm using. Because of the 5A Millennial tree, I'm able to use a 3-3 crit HP build for a Millennial tree. As you can see, I have 141% HP. You're not going to get that high. Shoot for about 120%. As you can see, my beast kit is all high purple lines with that exception of the 14.5, which I'm kind of mad about, but whatever. Same substats, 25 DR, as much cooldown as you can get, and then spread the substats out between HP and crit. I get 53% crit, so aim for about 50, because so you can get a 65% crit rate. And the crit heals are going to be critical of Millennial Tree's HP, which is going to be multiplied by the tube, and it's just going to be way more healing than usual. But I do not recommend you run this if your Millennial tree is very low promoted. You can go back to the standard HP build right here if you want, but remember, you can try out both if you survive better on the HP build. Also, if you want, you can also run the 4-2 amp buff thing. That's also fine if your Millennial tree is also dying really quickly. That will help. So keep in mind there are multiple builds for Millennial tree, but this team is going to be using the 3-3 crit and HP build. For Silent Salt's going to be running a 3-3 attack and cooldown build. As you can see, damage resist, cooldown, attack for the substats all here. 25 plus DR, full bypass beast kit. I'm really mad about the 14.9 lines. I wish they were all 15s, but it is what it is. Remember, you want to get around like 22 to 24 cooldown. Make sure you do have the 1 second start. Obviously, you're going to have that, hopefully. Yeah, that's going to be it for Silent Salt. Make sure you do focus everything there. Do try and maximize the attack subs so you can get Silent Salt to actually be able to take the tube. He's not even going to need HP subs to get the tube, but if you get Silent Salt to get the tube, see 1.373 mil, Dark Enchantress 1.334, and Shadow Milk 1.244. As you see, Silent Salt should be taking the tube. If your Dark Enchantress is taking the tube, that's fine as well. Just make sure it's not Shadow Milk. And also, Dark Enchantress is with the tube because she does have a revive. Silent Salt doesn't, so the extra survivability will help a lot with Silent Salt. And as you saw on Shadow Milk, it's going to be a 35 cooldown build, even though I have 34. So just aim for about 34, 35 cooldown on Shadow Milk. You do want to use Shadow Milk skill all the time so that the enemy Dark Enchantress or sometimes Silent Salt gets absolutely shackled and will not be able to cast. As you can see, damage resist, cooldown, and then crit and attack subs here. Full bypass beast kit. I'm still working on this Annie one. It's kind of low, but 50 for an anniversary beast kit, your beast kits should be maxed. You should reroll pretty much, they should be 58 plus. As you can see here, 59, 58, 59, like they're all good. And then Dark Enchantress, same build as usual, 57 attack, 16 cooldown, 25 DR. That's all you need. Now Bunny is going to be the same thing. Remember, 30 cooldown, 4 second start. What I'm doing here is I'm running 4 Rezos, as you can see, with better crit, attack, and CD subs, and then I'm throwing on a extra amp buff topping. I'm overcapping on Amplify buff, but I'm also just getting better stats in general because of the resonant toppings that I'm going to be using. And remember, a full cooldown beast kit for Bunny as well. And that's going to be it for the toppings. And remember, Millennial Tree Rally, because we have no one else to use, I guess we have to use that rally. I've gotten pretty good success with this comp. It's beaten these 3 people, Cookie, Heaven, and I Hope You Are Safe. So we're actually going to go test against those people right now. I don't have Cookie added, but we do have Heaven added. Here's Heaven running the tube, the monocle, and the watch. Shadow Milk is going to be especially good against teams without a revive. And you're going to see why here. So what happens is, I'm going to keep the skill effects off of this one and watch the enemy Dark Enchantress. See, she is actually going to be targeted by the Shadow Milk, stunned. There we go. She's dead already. Gone. She died. Even though our Silent Salt just died off, still, it's going to be a win. Because eliminating the enemy Dark Enchantress before she can even go into the revive protocol absolutely guarantees you a win. Even though my Silent Salt died. Dark Enchantress, 24 million. Sniped. Absolutely sniped by Shadow Milk. 46 million from Shadow Milk, by the way. Out damaging Dark Enchantress. And it's just so funny in the way that Shadow Milk is still meta. So here we have Dreek Jr. and it's pretty much the same builds as my other video. Tube, monocle, Watch. Same builds, pretty much. Like, look, I'll show you the main team right here, right? This. Same builds that I'm going to be running on Drake Jr. We're going to also fight some people on Drake Jr. as well, because there's some people that Drake Jr. has on the friend list that I can fight with Shadow Milk that I also built on Drake Jr. So there's going to be some alternate builds on there. And now let's get right into it with not that team, the Shadow Milk team. Let's see if the Dark Enchantress gets one tapped. Yep, there she goes. There she goes. And there's the free win. Like, it's what 100 to 0. Legitimately, it's 100 to 0 if you're able to take out the enemy. Look at that. Dark Enchantress did nothing, right? Our Dark Enchantress, however, 132 million damage, 173 million healing. I forgot to even mention the healing from Millennial Tree. 173 million healing in just not even past the 30-second mark. Absolutely domination from Shadow Milk to absolutely hammer down Dark Enchantress to be able to win the battle. Like, it's just crazy how running no feather now, like, it's just so easy. This, I said, was the best treasures on defense. Now it's not. You can run Shadow Milk. I'm actually going to be putting Shadow Milk on Drake Jr.'s defense. All right, as you can see, there's Shadow Milk. And the way to counter Shadow Milk is going to be chest and the feather. Or, honestly, whistle feather can also work. Anything with the feather. So as you can see here, Shadow Milk, what you have to do is mainly just absolutely outstanding damage. Kill off that Shadow Milk. Make sure that your Dark Enchantress gets revived with the feather. As you can see, don't even need the feather here. Just get out-damaged completely. Shadow Milk gets destroyed. That's an easy way to counter Shadow Milk, so you really shouldn't be putting it on your defense. As you can see, look, Dark Enchantress, again, not being able to be shackled, just gets locked down, all the way locked down. Shadow Milk doesn't do anything. Silent Salt, White Lily, Dark Enchantress just absolutely clears the other team. Even though the enemy Millennial Tree is doing 114 million healing, that is not something to care about. I'm not even running tube, so the damage on this side is kind of inflated. This one is not really. It is kind of, this will be a consistent counter, so just so you know. So as you can see here, we have Fake Vamp fighting against a GM1 player in Hollyberry, and look, he's running the chest, so that's going to be something different, but it's the exact same builds as my team. So just watch his Shadow Milk again. See how his Shadow Milk just does not die, right? See, that's key. Key is your Shadow Milk surviving past the 1-minute mark and not getting one shot. Even though a Silent Salt is dying, watch. Just watch. Even though a Silent Salt is dying, you're still able to win, even after Shadow Milk died. Just watch, because the enemy Dark Enchantress is no longer there. And I think in this case, he has the tube on Dark Enchantress, so that will also help a lot. And now just check out this damage. Just look at it. As you see, wow, 201 million damage, 188 million healing from Millennial Tree. So absolutely insane, and thank you, Fake Vamp. So to end the video, I just want to say a huge thank you to Fake Vamp for helping me cook the comp, and also good luck on getting GM1, Fake Vamp, because I've seen you've been pushing. And also, make sure to not hit feather. And don't set this as your defense, because it is very, very, very easily counterable. And without further ado, please subscribe, like, and also, there may be a double triple healer meta coming back, so stay tuned for that. If you're in my live stream, you'd know. So I'll see you guys in the next one.